today I'm going to do an introduction to Canva. I have to tell you that this is one of my favorite classes, and it's because of what just happened. I'm going to give you some information. I am going to hopefully at the end of this get you somewhere where you're much more comfortable with Canva. All right. So to introduce myself, my name is Shani Roberts. Last year I was where you are. I was working on my certification. I am certified as an AI consultant and trainer. I've been doing lots of training. I'm a former classroom teacher. I graduated from Emory. I'm a co-founder for this group. It's called the AI Educator Network. We are actually having a webinar tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. If you're interested to continue on discussing some of our the things that help AI in the classroom integrating, we're doing something with differentiation, personalized learning. We have an all registration. The QR code is right there. Please join us. Again, it starts at 7:30. Sonia Hightower-Rout, who also is an alum of this group, will be leading that charge tonight. So come join us, and I hope you enjoy the conversation. All right, so let's get started. All right, so what I want you to walk away with, my goal today is you walk away on some clarity between a free and pro Canva account, because there are differences. I'm going to teach you, or actually you're going to learn for yourself, Canva's layout tools and some pro tips. You're going to design something you're going to be proud of today. Yes, you will design something today. And then I'm also going to give you a free takeaway. Now, first, let me give you the first pro tip is please don't design just for you. Design for the viewer's attention span. If you know your audience, which most of the time you will know who your audience is, then you design to them. And so that's tip number one. Tip number two is, please, I see this a lot. Please don't do this. Do not put too many words on the page. There should be some white space, quite a bit of it. All right. Even if you're doing a flyer or a newsletter, it should not be inundated with words, with a ton of words. Why? Because people's attention spans, especially now, are about 4 seconds, 5 seconds long. And the first impression is incredibly important. So if you're throwing a whole bunch of words at people, they're going to shut down and they're going to go, yeah, I'm not going to read that. No, I'm not interested. People, first of all, as much as it hurts me as a former educator to say this, people don't read anymore. So you have to figure out how to capture their interest. And you can do that with Canva. All right. So, oops, sorry. Went a little fast. I'm excited. So today we're going to do a poll in just a minute. I said we're going to review what's new because a week ago today, I believe, Canva dropped some new features. So I'm going to talk about that a bit. I'm going to give you a design tour. We're going to do a walkthrough tour of the dashboard for Canva so I can show you some stuff. I will not, of course, it's only an hour, be able to go over everything, but I'm going to go over a lot. I'm going to show you some animations, background remover, and I'm going to show you, if you have a free account, how to see what is available to you and what's in the pro. I'm also going to talk about the cost difference between the two as well. You will have, I know it says 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I had to change that last minute. You will have a 7-minute challenge, 7 minutes. All right. 7-minute challenge. Might be a little concerned. I promise you, you can do it. And I'll be here to help walk you through that. And then we're going to do a showcase. If you feel comfortable, we want to see what you have created. And then I'm going to go over some of the new features and then give you your takeaway. All right. So in the chat, give me a fire emoji. I want to see fire. I want to see that you're ready. I want to see that you're raring to go, because I know I am. I'm extremely excited. Kelly giving me 3 fire emojis. I'm loving it. Thank you, Michelle. quantum. All right. Because I want to make sure you have all the time, all the time. Okay. So poll number 1, get your phone or your tablet, or if you don't have, if you're on your computer and it's easier, please type in the URL address. I want you to tell me on a scale from 1 to 5, how confident are you in Canva right now? You can do it on the poll. I want to show you the response a little bit after, but I want to know, where are you on the scale? Please try to do it on the poll. If you want to do it inside of the chat, that's fine. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Can you guys see my screen? You can't see my screen? I've been talking all this time and you can't see my screen? Oh my God. My apologies. My apologies. Can you see it now? I see 1, 5. All right, so here's the QR code. My apologies, everyone. You didn't really miss much. But here's the poll. Are you a total newbie? Do you just click around? Are you getting the hang of it? Are you feeling confident? Are you a Canva boss? Whichever. All right, I see 3s. I see 1, 5 is a boss. All right. All right, Denise, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you these results in just a bit. I see it in the chat. So a 3.5, Charles. Okay, Rhonda, a 2. I get it. Don't worry. I'm going to get you there. I promise. All right. So inside of chat, inside of Canva, last week, April 10th, they dropped new features. Canva drops features quite often, but once a year, they blow our minds with new features. And this year, what they did was, if you're a pro account holder, then they offer the pro account holders early access. This was my number. I was 42,468. They gave away 1 million. I did this maybe an hour after I watched the keynote speaker. I highly, highly recommend that you watch the keynote speaker because it will blow your mind. Their new features are absolutely amazing. I have a pro account. If you have an LLC, which everyone here should have one, especially if you're going through this program, then you can write off the charge or the cost of your Canva Pro account. I will be giving you the link so that way you can watch it. And in that link, all the way at the top right-hand corner, you can also register for 2026. It is free. I can't stress enough how much I recommend that you go ahead and take a look. Okay, let's keep moving forward. All right, so free versus pro. Free is free, and it's great. You get access to basic templates. You get a lot of creative options. It's really good for free. But remember, free is free. You don't get everything. Pro is the next one, which is $120 per year. Now, I am not affiliated with, I am not affiliated with Canva. I don't get any money for telling you how wonderful it is. All I get is just the pride knowing that I'm passing on this information. You get a ton of stuff, including whenever they drop something new, you get to actually use it right then and there. They have Canva Teams and then Enterprise, and that's entirely up to you. But in the pro version, you get things like a brand kit, which means you can curate your own colors and make it so you can use it throughout if you have a certain theme, if you have a business, or even if you're working for a company. You have premium templates, and they're amazing. You have extended library for images and storage. You have magic resize and access to their AI tools. Now, to be fair, some of their AI tools are just okay, but ChatGPT last year was just okay. And look what it can do now. So I go, you know what? It's just okay now in a month, in 24 hours. in 72.6 hours, however much time you want to say, it's going to get so much better. So why not? But again, it depends on what your pockets look like. And I'm not going to pay for it for you. So you do what you need to do. Okay, so let's take a look. Canva does have a new look. I'm going to go into my pro account because what I've learned from doing a presentation similar to this earlier this week, I can't show you everything that I'd like to show you inside of the free version. So I'm going to show you the pro version. And in that, I'll be able to tell you what is available and what is not, or what is free and what you have to pay for. And it's really easy to determine which is which. So let's open up Canva. All right, so let's go to the very top right here where it says search or use AI. This is also your search bar, right? And what you see under here are just a few of my recent designs. I scroll, you'll keep seeing there's a ton of information out here. You can even see the bonus material that I'm going to show you in a little bit. But I want to make sure that everyone have me, one window of me open, and then also open up a window and follow along with me in your own Canva account, whether you have pro or free. All right. So give me a smiley emoji, whichever one you want to choose when you're ready to move forward. I see you, Michelle. Nicole. All geared up. I'm seeing 5, 6, David, Kelly, Cassandra. You don't know how to open Canva while this screen is here. You just open up a new window. Or a new tab, depending on how you're set up. Tanya, I see you. All right, another 10 seconds. Anyone else? I'm super, super excited. All right, I see a few more people. Okay, so you can search for anything in the search bar. What you see here, sheets, stocks, whiteboard, presentation, social media, photo editor. This is going to look a little bit different if you have the free account. All right, again, this is pro. And what you'll see in the top right-hand corner is a little present, and I'm not sure, I think you can see it on the free account, but if you can't, it is canva.com. Yes, canva.com. I can even put it in here for those of you that, there you go. And okay, so that's where you can see what's new. And then the play button shows you the actual keynote, the recording of the keynote, which again, blew my mind. All right, so when you start, you can click the 3 lines on the left, and you'll see a little kind of open end or a little, I forget what it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but that happens. You will be going back to this piece many, many times. But let's go to create. This is where you can decide if you're doing sheets, a doc, whiteboard, presentation, social media, all the different things. And you also, when you click on something, you'll see some suggestions. Now, you will not see sheets unless you have a pro account, because that is one of the new features that Canva has come out with. And it's amazing. It is like having Excel on this creative path that you'd say, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before. It's absolutely, absolutely amazing. And I just can't say anything better than that. Okay, so I'm going to close that out and then you see that with docs, whiteboards, presentations, any of these options is going to give you a whole bunch of templates that you can work with. I highly, highly recommend, especially when you're in your beginning phase, to start with your templates, okay? When you click on a template, it does allow you to make or to customize it as much as you like. All right, so let's go back. Home is where you always want to come back to because that's where you see all the stuff that you've been working on. Under that is projects. This is also where you'll see all the projects that you have completed. You see, I have a ton of different videos. They do break it up. I have videos, I have images, I have different designs. You can also, here in projects, you can put everything in different folders. You would do that by clicking add new. You could create a new folder, course, and then let's say I don't have everything as organized as I would like. So here is a project that I've been working on. If I click on the 3 dots, I can move that doc or this project or this design into another folder. Does that make sense? Give me a yes if that makes sense. Good. I create a ton of projects in Canva, presentations, flyers, a lot of my not my templates, a lot of my freebies or takeaways that I do for the presentations that I have I create in Canva because I want it to be dynamic and beautiful and easy. And in a matter of minutes, I could get that done. So again, it's very similar. You want to make sure that you are able to organize your presentations or your designs and your projects because sometimes it can get a little bit challenging to find the stuff you've done in your past if you don't do that specifically. All right. So under projects, then you have this wonderful, beautiful bar that is again my favorite. It's templates. They break down or they organize your templates by the different projects or different items that you want to create. Posters. I've kind of showed you this a little bit in when we were on the homepage or when we were in Create. Here you have a ton of posters. You can go back to templates and it allows you to keep choosing. If you're an Instagram person, you have Instagram options as well. It's social media. I mean, it's just amazing. And then even so, they break it down. You have business, education, video, marketing. It's just a gambit out there. And I have yet to actually get to the very end of all of their templates, right? And what I mean by, sure, we just got to the end of print projects, but there's thousands. I have not seen them all, and they continuously add on. Exactly, Michelle. So many templates that are out there. Okay, so that's templates, and again, you have photos, and look at all this. Look at all this. You could just keep on going until it just keeps on moving. And let's say you're looking for something specific. You can always go back to the search bar at the top and put in a specific thing that you're looking for. Any questions before I begin? Just type it in the chat if you have any questions. None? All right, David. I'm doing my job. I appreciate you. Okay. I'm guessing nobody else is. All right, just if you do, just type your question in and I'll answer them. All right, so yes, you can do ebooks, all that stuff. Now, do you see, let's see if I can make this bigger. Do you see how there is a crown right here? Put a Y if you see that crown. Put a Y if you see that crown. If you can see this crown, that crown indicates that it is a pro feature. You will not see this if it is you'll see it if you have a free account, but you will not be able to access it if you have a free account. Again, if you see that crown, it means that it is only accessible inside of a pro account. And as you can see, we're in my pro account and the crown is still there. So that way I know that I'm using one of my pro features, which is wonderful. Now, brand is where you can create the brand kit. If you've worked with corporate, I build for a living, I build e-learning courses for Fortune 500 and smaller companies. All the companies that I work with have very specific branding colors. And so whenever I'm designing something for them, I have to follow their hex codes, their branding codes, and things like that. So this right here are the branding is the branding kit and the colors for what as a co-founder, we sat down and decided on what colors we wanted to use for our flyers and things like that. These are our colors. You can also choose your fonts because that's part of your branding kit. If you have a brand voice, any photos, graphics, icons, charts, you can also upload your icon, your icon as well. Anything that would be needed for a branding kit. But again, you are only going to have access to it if you have a pro account. You'll be able to look at it kind of in free, but you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to use it. And I think even if you click on it in the free, it'll say something like, you have a 14 or 7-day trial that you can use. But that's all that you can do. You won't be able to do anything about it. And whenever you see new, that means that it is one of the new features. Canva does not always announce when something new has come out. It will do a keynote, their big 1-year event, when something big comes out. All right. Then underneath that, you have Canva AI, which is something that has rolled out previously, but it's still in doing some development. And this is very much like ChatGPT. Okay. You type in what you're looking for, and then it'll give you some info. It'll populate something. So if I said brown cat, create an image, and then whoop, there's a whole bunch of people there. It should be populating. There it is. So here you'll see a whole bunch of brown cats. I could come in here, choose it. You can decide on the style, and there's a bunch to choose from. The aspect ratio. You can even talk to it. It's great. These sometimes though, if you look at these pictures, sometimes these pictures are kind of freaky because you're like, who actually is looking like this? But I was previously looking for photos that are surprising, and that's what I got, which kind of scary, but you know, we can move forward with that. Okay. Questions before I move on? Any questions? You've had issues creating images in there. Can you create things like banners or only photos? I'm going to ask you to go in and try that. When I do a banner, I usually do it across a doc. Using doc isn't necessarily my favorite piece because I find it to be limiting where I can move things around. I like to be able to have as much access as I want to in there. So I challenge you to go ahead and try that. If you need some additional help, just give me, reach out and I can help you out that way. Can you upload photos in Canva and edit them? Yes, you can edit those images that are inside of Canva. I'm going to see if I have some time to show you that. Has a video is now longer than 5 minutes. I'm not sure what you mean, Michelle. So please, I'm not sure. Is there text to video in there? And if so, can you upload your voice? I think they're working towards text to video. I've tried it. It wasn't that great. You can upload voices. They do have that option as well. And is AI part of Pro also available for? I think there's a light version in the free version. You'll have to check that. It's a little difficult, like I said earlier, for me to make to see certain features when I go into free, because a lot of times it'll come up saying, try the free trial. And I'm like, nope, I already have Pro. I'm not gonna pay for it twice. Okay. What is better for you? Canva and GPT are direct. I use both. I spoke, I think, here about 2 weeks ago, and I showed how you can get into the Canva API inside of ChatGPT. If you weren't there for that, I suggest you take a look at that video. It is great to start you off with in the Canva GPT, but it's always going to take you back to Canva. So keep that in mind. It will always bring you back to Canva if you start in ChatGPT. It just gets you started. So it's not like there's no if or, it's a and situation. You can start in ChatGPT and then you will go into Canva. All right. So make sure that I am automatic elements, pick that word. I'm just looking to make sure that I've addressed everything that I wanted to. All right, so now let's go to home and let's start. Actually, I want to go to templates. Let's start with something. I want to go for the very first one, Kids Zone. I'm going to choose this one, right? And I'm going to, once you choose whatever template you like, you can then click on customize this template. I'm going to do that in a second, but I want to call this out. Here, it gives you the option of once you finish creating whatever it is that you want, if you want to frame it, if you want to print it, Canva has an option for you to purchase additional from them. I've never used it. I have a printer right behind my screen here, so I just print there, but they do have that as an option. Okay, so here we are, and I'm going to close this out because it drives me crazy. Here we are, we have a template right here. Everything inside of this template is customizable. I can move it around. I can move different elements in it. I can change whatever I want. I can delete whatever I want. There are a few things I want to make sure that we're clear with. When you can click on something, and you'll see these this option. You have the color option. I can come in here and change any color to any color I want. If you are someone that likes to know the hex code of the color that you are working with, you would click on that color and then you would be able to see the hex code. You can also, while you're in here, change that color as well. You don't like, you don't like the outline of that, you can also change that as well. Let's though say you already have a hex code, you can change it in here as well. I don't remember what FFFF stands for, but notice how that changes. You can do all of that, right? You can change also the text font as well. You can change the size of this font. You can change the color of the font. You can, as long as you should be able to bold. I'm not sure why you can't, but we'll figure that out. You can change the alignment. You can change it into a bullet. All right, I'm going to show you this other thing that I love. Oh, I made a little mistake. Always remember, this is where your undo button is, right? You can always undo whenever you like as well. Now, this is one of my favorite features. It is something that I wish other programs did for text. I'm going to make this really large. Yeah, all font, you're right, Kelly. All fonts don't. All right. Okay, so here, let's make it a little bit bigger, actually. Because if it's large, then you'll be able to see what I'm about to show you even better. So over here, under spacing, you have the opportunity to make your letter spacing much wider, or you can even make it much shorter. And why I like this so much is sometimes it's really cute when things are closer together. I would, though, when you're doing that, make sure that you're able to still read what you've done. Also, under spacing, you can change the line spacing. Like in Word, you have the option to do single, multi, double. This is where you have that option too. Okay. Now, As long as whatever element you have open, you can also change the type of text. You can make it transparent all the way to 100 or up. In effects, you can change that to whichever option you like, and there's a lot of customization that you can do. You can also change the color in here as well as to a different color that's contrasting. You can change the color here with that effect as well. And you can also animate. And they have some really cool options here for animation too. When you're doing this animation, if you're doing something like a presentation and you want to make sure that that comes out at certain times, you have the click on appear or appear on click. It's very similar to like PowerPoint when you can click that space button and things, or space bar, and things will come up. There's a lot of different options out here. So make sure you're looking at that. All right. Now I want to bring your attention. I'm going to close this. I want to bring your attention to elements. Elements are other elements that you could bring into your project as well. So let's say I wanted to bring a crown in here. I'm going to change this color so that way it's, you can actually see it. We'll do it gray. Right? Again, if the crown is there, then that means it is pro. You'll see this all throughout Canva. You can click on all and you can see just a whole bunch of other options that you have. A lot of these I've used in the past, which is why it's heavily populated. It says recently used, but if you're new to it, you won't see that. That will develop. That's kind of your library. You have different shapes that you could put in. If you need to, you can also type in. There's a I'm sure if it's not a million, it's close to a million different options that you have at your fingertips that you can include into whatever you're developing. And this is starting to get messy. I want to show you another thing that I think is really, really cool. So if you see any of these types of frames with the cloud and the blue sky and the green, this means that this is a placement for images. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that I can take, I can take a photo, drag it here, and it'll populate. Okay. I could keep populating images inside of here. Again, whenever you see, I'm going to go back to elements so that way you can see it. It is under elements. You could do this as a background. You can do this, even this one I thought was really, really cool. And you could put it as if someone has a t-shirt. You can put in, I can put in an upload from, an upload is where all of the images or all of video, you have images, video, and audio. Anything that I have taken, I can put inside. I'm going to put my face on his shirt. Right? You see that? One of my favorite things, because they have so many options under elements. You could do a star, you could do a cloud, you could do a heart. It's just amazing. And you don't have to sit there and try to figure out, okay, wait a minute. Is this correct or not correct? But is it going to fit? If for some reason you're like, this doesn't fit well, you can go in and you notice how I can change the placement of it here. Okay. Again, I think that's a really, really cool option. Can you change the gender of the model wearing the shirt? There are other genders inside of the elements option for this particular, so see, here's a woman, here's a cup. There's a whole bunch of things in here that you can go in and look for and play around with. Okay. I'm going to undo because it's getting a little messy. All right, where's that? It's under elements. It's under elements. You might have to scroll down a little bit to find. It's under frames or grids or mockups. It just depends on what you're looking for. Right now, here's also something really cool. You can add in a QR code as well. Let's do, I'm just going to do, this is not an actual email, a website. Okay. Once this is purple, then you'll be able to generate an actual QR code that you developed inside of Canva. You can customize the foreground and background color of your QR code as well. Real simple, change whatever colors you want. You can make the margins larger. You can then generate that QR code. That QR code is going to just take you to canva.com, so don't actually use it. But let's say you're like, you know what? I made a mistake. I don't want it to say canva.com. I wanted to say, I don't know, education.com. You can easily come in here and update that code and notice how that code changes. So you don't have to come in here and keep creating it over and over again. It still has the same color because we like the color. You can go in here and do whatever you need to do. Any questions about this? QR codes inside of Canva. Okay, and it didn't have the crown on it. So what does that mean if it does not have the crown? Someone tell me inside of chat. Yes, Lisa, it's free. Thank you for listening. Yes, can you change the size of your QR code? You can. Now, I have never seen a QR code that wasn't square. And that's probably for a certain reason. I've never tried to do it any other color, but yeah, I'm sorry, any other shape, but you can make it larger and you can make it smaller. Okay, now let's continue because I do want you to have more than enough time to develop. All right, so I told you photos, audio. If you wanted to add audio to your design, you can also do that as well. It's very simple. You just click on, you could drag and drop if you want to. It does, if you do any kind of video development, you'll know that you can make it larger, smaller. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. Now, I will tell you, you can see that most of these are under your pro account, but you know, if not, I mean, you could also upload audio from your computer by clicking on the uploads, upload your file, find your file, upload it to Canva, and then you can drag and drop it just like you do any image or anything like that. Okay. You can also include charts. They do have now AI voice. And again, is there a crown here? There isn't. So that means it's free. Can you record in Canva? Yes, you can. Just make sure when you do that, that voice that you're using or your mic is really, really good. When you guys are looking for doing your project, I'll try to remember to make sure I show you where that is off the top of my head. I don't 100% remember where it is, but I highly implore you to play and see what's out there, what's in here. Now, let's say you're done. I love this. This looks amazing. I want to, oh, wait a second. I want to add a URL. I want to make this clickable. So you can make anything. No, you click on that. I'm sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm going to take a drink in a second. You see these two circles that are interlocking? You would click on this and then actually add in the URL. You click done, and you'll see that this has become a clickable link. All right. Now, let's say I'm done. I'm done. I love this. I want to share it with the world. There are different ways that you can share this out. First things first. Oh, you want me to show you one more time? Okay, so I'm going to do something else. Make sure you click on the text that you want to turn into a clickable link. That's one of the things about Canva is you have to click on the elements that you want to do something to. You would then click on link. You would then type in your URL. Click done. And you'll know it's a clickable link because now it is underlined. Yes, it could take you to Facebook or IG, correct. All right. You can also edit this URL, the link by pressing on the pencil, which is the edit button or the edit option, and then you can change it. And then always make sure you click done or it's not going to actually take. Okay. Now let's talk about sharing or downloading. If you want to download something, you have to click share. It's not a save option. Many people have asked me, well, where do I save? How do I save? It saves automatically, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Okay. Well, before I do that, I want to show you one other thing. I'm sorry. If you have a pro account, you can also resize this very, very easily. And that's really important because remember earlier I said you want to make sure that you're not overloading your audience with all of these different elements or a whole bunch of words on the page. The one way to kind of mitigate that is to resize your document, right? You would click on, like, this is, I think, 8 by 11, 8.5 by 11. I'm going to make it 8.5 by 17. I click on the option that I want. I would copy. You could either copy and resize or just resize this design. Copy and resize means that it will make a copy of your original and then resize the one that you're working on. I don't want a copy of the original. I'm just going to resize. It takes a couple of seconds. And here you go. You see that it's a bit bigger or a bit longer. And now if I want to, I can add even more elements to this particular project or design. Now let's go back to, okay, before I do that, I'm sorry. I want to make sure that I name this project because when you share it, it's going to be shared or downloaded by that name. I'm just going to say Canva test, right? Make sure you change the name. You could save the name, keep the name if you want to, but I'm going to just change the name. Now you go to share. You can give people access to this. I have some people on my team I can invite to this particular project. I'm not going to do that this time. I can download from here. I can also create a public view link where then I can share this link with other people. Make sure though that when you do that, you change to anyone with this link. If you do not do that, then only you will have access to this particular link. You can see if you can allow people to edit, you can allow people to comment, and you can allow people to view. You'd click on the public, create the public view, and here is your copy of that. If not, if you just want to download, you click on download. You have different options to download, but make sure you choose the correct one that's for you. If you were to sell this as a digital project, which would you choose? It really depends on where it needs to go. Honestly, that's not something I can answer for you. That's something that you have to just kind of figure out what your specific need is. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put in the link and you now have access. Everyone will now have access to the document that I just went over with you. Nothing real big or anything. I just want to show you how that particular option to make a public view link happen. All right, now, this is what I want us to do. I'm gonna get to, hold on 1 second. Let's get to our next option here. Hold on. All right, so now here's the poll number 2. We're at 60 minutes. I know I'm getting into your question time, so we gotta move a little bit fast. Please tell me what feature you would like to choose. Use this QR code. Can you see my screen? You can. Use your QR code.
Yes, we
Put
can.
that. Thank you so much. All right, answer this question and move forward. Yes, it plays as a video because remember I added the audio in it, so that's why it plays as a video. You take the audio out, it won't play, that document won't play as a video. All right, so I'm going to give you 7 minutes to actually design something starting in, and when I click start, it's going to start from there, right? I want you to design a flyer for a fake event. I'm sorry, it says 7 minutes, 10 minutes. It was a last minute change. I want you to choose an event, Jazz in the Park, Future Me Fest, or Pumpkin Party. I want you to create a folder using at least one new tool. It says 10 minutes, it's 7 minutes. You have 7 minutes, the timer is already started. You're at 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Begin, start. So if you have questions, put it in the chat and I'll help you out. No, the timer is not an element, it's something that I created. Yes, there's a cost to add a team. The team version you have to have at least 3 team members. Each team member, it costs $100 for. So that's up to you. How does it sell this at the top? Now, I highly recommend that you start with a template. I highly recommend that you start with the template. It's so quiet. I'm presuming that everybody's feverishly working. I can just see you.
Hey, Shani, do you want me to pull the mics? Have anyone who has questions raise their hands, pull their mic to liven it up a bit over here while everyone else does the work?
Well, we only have 13 minutes left, and I want to be mindful of everybody's time. So if someone has a question, let's just let them put it in the chat.
Okay,
So
no problem.
we don't go over time because I do want to give some people who have finished the option and the ability to share. If you have finished, please do share the live link into the chat so we could take a look at it.
So Kadeen is saying she's not seen the template for the flyer for the free version.
So inside of on the side of this okay, I'm going to make it larger so you can see. On the sidebar on the left, you should be able to see templates. Do you see that? And let me see. Oh, I can't get in. I can't get into the free version of Canva because of my my viewpoint right now. But it should be there. If not, then you can go into home and you should be able to see templates and apps as well. You're seeing it. Okay, good. All right, you got 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Not to put any rush on you, but you know, I kind of went a little long telling you all the different features and that are out there because it's just so much. I can always come back and do a Canva 2 class.
That would be great.
Yes, Michelle, so much great info. I am so sorry that I went over, and that I'm now rushing you, but you're able to see my template. Very good. Thank you. Okay, Anne Marie number 1. Let's see what she got. Let's see what she did. Jazz in the park. I love it. And it looks like she created a link, a clickable link. Let's see. She did. Look at that. We went to her website. Good job. Excellent. Let's give Anne Marie let's see, what do we want to get? Let's give her a clap. Let's clap for her. Chris Jones, let's see what you got. Welcome to Jazz in the Park, friendsofthekingdom.com. Okay, where is this, Chris? Because I want to go. Oh, so I'm not able to click. There we go. Welcome to Friends of the Kingdom. Awesome. All right. This one I have to download. It's going to take a minute. Michelle, when yours is downloaded, then I'll be able to show that one. This is taking a minute. Oh, here it is. Look at that. Hers has animation in it. Good job. Good job. And look, it's not even a full 7 minutes. Let's see how much time you guys have. We still have another minute and 33 seconds. You guys are doing awesome work for less than 7 minutes. No, there's no such thing as getting too carried away with colors. It looked beautiful, Michelle. Absolutely beautiful. All right, 1 minute 15. Okay, let's look at Lisa's. Lisa's also is downloading, so give me just a second. Gotta get some stuff out of the way so I can see. We're coming down to 54 seconds left. Oops. My apologies, guys. Hold on a second. Getting a little carried away. All these things clicking open. All right, hold on. All right, hold on just a second. I think we've hit the yay, you've done, you've made it. Okay. Oh, Lisa, you did well. I can't necessarily, I can see it, but I can't share it. But well, let's see. From what I'm seeing, you're on your way. I'm not sure if this is what you're looking at, but you are on your way. I would change just the coloring on it because white on white's a little hard, but it could be what I'm seeing versus what you actually have. So, all right. So I'm not going to be able just due to time. Oh, wait, Chris has one. Let's take a look. Hold on. Oh, I'm going to request access. Chris, so that means that when you shared it only as a view for you. So you're going to get, this is a great learning opportunity. You're going to get an email that says that I've requested access to your document. If you provide me with that access before, and I get it before this session is over, then I'll share it, but I can't share it until I have access. All right. So just keep that in mind. Always make sure that you're providing access to the, oh, look, okay, here we go. No. All right, look at this. Look what she did. She changed it. Look how quickly she changed that also. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And how long did it take you? Less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. Yes, great job. Thank you for the clap. All right, I'm going to look at one more. Ooh, look at this. Go ahead. Let's do snaps. I like jazz. I'm a little biased when it comes to that. So great job. Thank you. Oh, okay. I see someone who did maybe their sons or a relative's high school graduation flyer. That's beautiful, especially now that we're going into May. That's beautiful. That would be, and now you can send it out electronically. All right, we're coming down to the last few minutes of this particular session. I thank you guys so much for participating in this really quick presentation or sharing your presentations. I want to give you this to take home with you. It's the tips and tricks. Click on that or use your QR code or your camera to look at the QR code. It will take you to a Google form. I want to be able to share information with you. It is my bonus material. This is what it looks like, which, as you can see, I created in Canva. It has some pros, some tips, 10 tips. It has some helpful Canva links. Inside of it, it also has the Canva Design School. You can get certified. I know there's an AI in the classroom certification that you can do. There's some keyboard shortcuts. There's an icon legend. And if you click on the Canva icon, it will take you to the Canva Uncharted keynote that happened last week. And you can also connect with me via LinkedIn. You could register for my all meeting, which is this tonight. And you can also take a look at our AEN email website. So I'm going to stop here and open up for questions. I'm sorry, I know we only have 5 minutes, but I wanted to show you as much as I could within that time. So please ask your questions. You can open up the mic now.
All right. Anyone with questions, please raise your hand and I'll pull your mic.
I'm so glad you learned so much. The QR code, she put the link that is the QR code inside of, yep, under bonus material. Thank you so much. You can use the link instead of the actual QR code. All right, Lisa has a question.
Hello, thank you so much for this wonderful training. I just had a quick question. I knew it was under the gun. I'm not really familiar with Canva, but trying to get the hang of it. But it looks like the flyer that I created and the one that Michelle created kind of look alike.
They do.
Even though I typed a prompt in there, are they just like general templates in there and you've got to switch them around or add whatever it is that you want?
Well, it looks like both of you chose the same template, so that's why it looks very similar. So that's what I came up with. I don't know if you put it, I don't know what you wrote in your prompt. So I'd have to kind of get a better idea of what it is that you were looking to do, but it looks like you guys chose the same template. Oh, and Michelle says that she didn't create it. So it must have been a template. Anyone else? Thank you, Lisa. Any other questions? Yes, free is limited. You do have a 30-day process or free trial. I would recommend trying it, but yes, free is limited, and that makes sense, right? They want you to pay, but $120, that's $10 a month. That just means maybe one day out of that whole month, you don't go to Starbucks for those very expensive drinks, and you can purchase that. My AI certification, I got it through this group here, through the Little Sisters. Oh, good, Deborah.
Hi, Chris. I sent you the link to the AI certification. You can also send us an email by just responding to any of our messages you've received, and we can get you more information on that.
So thank you. I want you to go out there and just have fun with Canva. That is what the purpose of this is. It's to kind of wipe away some of that fear or trepidation about trying something new. You can't break it. Go in there, play, try to break it. You're not going to be able to. So go in there, have fun. Have fun. That's key. That is key. Look at my flyer. Look at some of the design, the Canva Design School. They're continuously building on that too. Thank you, my chair. That actually is a cover that I bought from Amazon. So you too can have a chair that looks just like mine. All right, so it's 3 o'clock. I do want to be mindful of everybody's time. Thank you so much for joining me, and please reach out. And hopefully maybe I'll even see you tonight at 7:30 Eastern.
Do you want to show that link again, Shani?
That is actually in the bonus material. It's at the bottom.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Shani. Great presentation. And we love the exercise. Thank you, everyone, and see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.